Hi, I'm Victoria. Welcome to Hafla. For tonight's show, I have three very interesting people with me. I have Shantae, I have Kashmir, and I have Donovan. I met Shantae and Kashmir at a Hafla for the Nubian Divas about a month and a half ago. And when I saw them, I knew that I really wanted the rest of you to see them dance on the show. And I met Donovan through Kashmir. He drums with a Middle Eastern band, and the name of the band is?
Yom Italata.
Okay, and that means?
Tuesday.
Okay. Well, I'm going to ask Donovan a few questions first, since he has the distinction of being the first guy on the show.
Okay.
One of the things I wanted to ask you about your path through Arabic percussion. How did you get started?
I've always liked percussion, but I never found one that I enjoyed. I took about a semester of African djembe, maybe a semester of congas, and then I had the girlfriend at the time bought a CD by mistake that happened to have an Arabic-inspired song on it. And after I heard it, I said, that's what I want to learn. It was very sensual, very ethereal, it just got me. And from then on, I searched for a teacher and then started learning.
Okay, now you had given me some information about yourself. Who were your teachers? How did you get started?
Originally, I was learning from a gentleman named Rico Orel. I studied with him. He taught me gypsy and some of the odd meters. Then I found a teacher, one of the master drummers named Suhail Kaspar, and I studied with him for about 6 years.
Okay.
And then after that, I started learning with a gentleman named Faisal Zidan, who actually became my roommate, and so I was surrounded by drums for like 4 years straight.
And you guys are in the band now together?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you also told me that you were an ethnomusicologist, and you traveled some to study, and so where have your travels taken you?
I'm not a traditional ethnomusicologist. Basically, I'm trying to collect the different samples and styles of Arabic drumming, because when I first started drumming, I had no exposure to the different styles, to the different things, and when I would see it, I would freak out, but then I'd never have connection with it again.
Okay.
So I started collecting videos from various drummers to show the different styles, how they play, and what level a person can get to.
Okay.
I've traveled to Morocco.
Okay.
That trip, I didn't see that many Arabic musicians. There was Arabic music everywhere recorded, but there were no Arabic musicians. Then I traveled to Egypt, and I met a lot of them, but the ones I wanted to meet were out of town at the time I was there. And then recently I traveled with my roommate to Turkey, but this time we had connections before we went for various drummers, and we met some brilliant drummers there, and I recorded them.
Okay. And when did you start playing live with dancers and coordinating it with the dance as well?
I'm still learning that. I've always tried to do that, and that's always been my goal, is the accent, is the connection with the dancer. That's one of the things I liked about Arabic drumming, is you can see the drum on the dancer. You can, the dancer makes the drummer drum, and the drummer makes the dancer dance, and that was one of the things that I liked.
Okay. Well, now I'm going to ask a few questions of our lovely Kashmir. Now, in speaking with you and reading your information, you've been dancing for about 12 years. And who were some of your instructors?
I started and kept my first teacher, Mesmera, here in Los Angeles, and pretty much just took her style for the first, I don't know, I would say 8 years of my studies. And in between there, I take, workshops with whoever happened to be coming into town that I admired. Alexandra King, Fatim. Yeah, well, with her I took classes just as normal, like in tandem with Mesmera at the time. So basically I just tried to get as much workshops in and, expose myself to as many different styles and as many different types of music as I could.
Now, you know, in talking about the dance, often we talk about how it helps you to reconnect to your body. Because, you know, most of us work 9-to-5 jobs where we sit at desks and we sit stiffly and we type all day and talk on phones and all that. And, you know, do you have any story that you can relate to that, how it might have helped you?
Oh, definitely. I mean, just it's helped me be more aware. That's the first thing, just of my body and what it can and can't do.
Okay.
And what I can coax it to do.
Right.
And, you know, it's just taught me that I can really push myself at times.
Now we're going to go to Shantae. And as I said, I also met Shantae at a Nubian Diva showcase, and I was very taken with her style of dance. She's a classical Egyptian dancer. And tell us about where you studied.
Well, I actually, when I originally got into it, my intro to belly dance was through the internet and doing a lot of searches and reading. I found out that there were different types of belly dance. I had no idea. So I kind of bounced around from teacher to teacher for the first 6 months to kind of figure out what my style was going to be. I found that a lot of what I was learning wasn't really fitting me, and then I found Salsin and her Academy of Egyptian Dance in San Francisco. And she basically just focuses on the classic Egyptian dance, going back to Samia Gamal and Fifi Abdu and all the classic Egyptian black and white stars. So that's been my influence, my main influence.
And so you prefer this style of dance because you feel it fits you the best?
It fits me, and there's just something about Egyptian dance. I mean, I know there are different styles, but there's just something about the Egyptian style that really gets me.
Now, we're going to go to you all's performances very shortly, but before we do, I want to ask you a little bit about the Boca Festival, because I had spoken with Jessica and Anitra before on the show before, and so I wanted to get your take on the Boca Festival, how you liked it.
It was amazing. There was a lot of emotions going there. I mean, there were just beautiful women from all over, just hundreds and hundreds of women of color. And for me, I had no idea that there were even, I thought maybe there were 5 or 10 out there in the whole country. And here we were in one room all together dancing, and everybody looked like me, so it was an amazing experience.
Now, they told me also there was about 600 or so people per day at the event from all over.
Yeah.
That's really amazing.
Yeah.
That it was that big of a draw.
And there was such a turnout for the show itself. I mean, it was standing room only for the first 2 days.
That's really nice.
Yeah, it was just
great.
amazing.
It's great to
amazing.
hear.
It's really great. Well, in a moment here, we're going to roll to the ladies' performances, and I'd like you to see, because they have 2 distinctive, very different styles of dance. Kashmir does more of a gypsy, folkloric type dancing, whereas Ashanti does do more of a classical Egyptian, and we're going to roll to that in just a moment here, and you'll get a chance to see that.